Happy Move Monday, everybody. It is Coach Brandon, and like I promised last week, today we will be talking about how consistent exercise contributes in reducing our risks of cancer. Now, this is according to cancer.org, the American Cancer Association as well. Just research, they've found that consistent exercise reduces our risk of 13 different types of cancer and more. So one of those main types of cancer is breast cancer, and another big one is prostate cancer. Those are kind of the big hitters, but consistent exercise absolutely helps contribute to reducing our risks of developing cancer. And a big part of that is due to our hormone regulation from consistent exercise. So when we exercise consistently, and I'll explain in a moment how much exercise that is, but when we exercise consistently, our body does a much better job at producing and regulating hormones and keeping our immune system healthy, which are responsible for helping our body to fight off cancer cells from developing. So consistent exercise is absolutely important in that. And again, how much exercise is needed for that, or I should say how much is a good baseline measurement of how much exercise we should be getting. And I'll explain that here in just a moment. So I know I've spoken on this numerous times, but that's because it is so important to remember how often should we exercise, at what intensity should we exercise. Ideally, we should be exercising, according to the American College of Sports Medicine, at least 75 to 150 minutes of exercise per week. That's vigorous to moderate exercise. So about a moderate intensity, 150 minutes per week. So that comes out to about 30 minutes of exercise a day, at least 5 days out of the week. If you're exercising at a more vigorous intensity, doing that, maybe you don't have to necessarily do that quite as often. But of course, at least 75 minutes of vigorous intensity, 150 minutes or more of moderate intensity exercise. So generally that's going to be exercise where our heart rate's increasing, our breathing rate's increasing, whether that be a moderate to vigorous intensity walk or a jog, dancing, playing different sports. Like you're going to see that same sort of effect from any of those activities. So again, at least 75 to 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous intensity exercise is what you're gonna wanna do to help see the true benefits of that in other ways, but also fighting off our cancer risks. But real quick, just kind of getting a little bit more specific on how exactly exercise is linked to reducing our risks of cancer. First and foremost, it helps us to maintain a healthy body weight. By having a healthier body weight, they see a marked decrease in risks of 13 different types of cancer. So being overweight or obese is directly linked to 13 different types of cancer. So again, that's going to be the first way that consistent exercise is going to contribute in reducing our risks of cancer. The next one, and I know I just mentioned this, but briefly in the introduction of this video, but exercise helps to regulate our hormone production. Now, sometimes increased levels of certain hormones can contribute to cancer development. So when we exercise consistently, our body does a much better job at regulating our hormone levels in a way where we are decreasing our risks of cancer. So again, that's gonna be our second way exercise directly helps contribute to reducing our cancer risks. So the third way that exercise helps contribute to reducing our risk of cancer, it helps support healthy digestion. When we have a healthier digestive system, it helps reduce the amount of toxins in our body. The more toxins we have throughout our body, through our digestive system, the higher risk of cancer you're gonna see. So exercise is definitely going to help maintain a healthier digestive system, which is of course incredibly important in other ways, but also for reducing our risks of cancer. So I hope you learned something from this today. Consistent exercise definitely will help contribute to lowering risks of cancer consistently. Remember, 75 to 150 minutes a week. Doesn't mean you have to do that all in one day. Spreading that out over the course of 4 to 5 or more days out the week. Make sure you still give yourself at least a day or two of recovery. But again, consistent exercise, you're going to see a decrease in those risks. So I hope that you learned something today. Have a great day, everyone. I'll talk to you soon. And next thing, we're going right into November here pretty soon. So hopefully we're starting to get used to this colder, chillier weather. But again, thank you so much for joining, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.